Did you know that in Indian cultures that desserts and sweets are usually the first to be served at a birthday party? Pretty interesting, right? A good dessert that I've tried at a Indian uh, birthday party was called the orange salad, which is delicious. And I say you should give it a try. So I was nervous and excited about attending my friend's birthday party. His name was Bobby, and the culture that he was from was Indian Hindu. So me going into another culture's completely made me nervous because this was my first time. As someone who appreciates different cultures, I always been fascinated in different traditions. But to be honest, I was really contemplating whether I should go dressed or whether I should go at all, and then whether I should go dressed normally or should I try to wear what was accustomed to their tradition. Um, what I really liked was that I was able to learn about the significance of their different rituals, their food, the way that they dressed, and their cultural settings, which was very fascinating to me. My friend's birthday party, like I said, was a mix of Hindu and then Western practices. This was so amazing to me because it was a whole different culture and I've never been exposed to anything like this. Speaking of, what happened at my birthday party, I just want to walk into what I've dealt with and the culture and dig more into the culture. So when I walked in, I was really able to notice the cultural differences right away. Um, Honestly, started getting me nervous. What I feel like the most noticeable difference at a uh, at their party from a tradition was the way that they dress. The women were completely covered up from head to toe, and the men would usually have their traditional wear. Uh, so, what I felt like played a big role in their culture was food again. They had a ritual where the birthday boy, my friend Bobby, would would be fed would be fed cake would be fed cake by hand by the parents, the brother, and all the cousins in front of everybody. So that was nice to see because I've never seen that before. Even down for the music that they play, that was one different something that I've never seen before. Because they played their music and they had actual traditional dances for that, which is pretty cool. It also another thing that cultural difference was the respectful form of placing your hands together and kind of bowing to, I guess, more of the elders and everything. So that was pretty interesting to see. Um, so now knowing the differences in the way the culture respond, I was really nervous, but it was exciting to be able to learn the way they do things and what would be considered respectful towards them. As I walked in the room, some guests were looking at me pretty funny. Made me feel a bit bad because as I was walking past them, I've heard a couple people talking about my tattoos and looking at me funny. Um, but as the night kind of went on, more people started to get to know me and saw how polite and respectful I was towards their culture, and actually started looking at me pretty different. So, communicating at this party actually did present a few differences in the language and nonverbal communication. Using my active listening skills, I actually, when I was having conversations, showed genuine interest into what they were saying, asked questions, and then learned more about their culture, and that helped me understand them more. One huge thing for me was asking for clarification when I had a conversation with them, is asking for the clarification and observing everybody's nonverbal cues was the way that I was trying to fit in and interact and dealing with them as well. So while dealing with the challenges that my personal challenge of interpersonal communication, and I felt like connecting with the culture and the experience gave me more knowledge that would really help me in the future and dealing with other cultures. And this interaction, having to soak in all this information about the language, the non verbal communication, the intercultural communication as well. I felt like this was a huge impact for me at the party, and then understanding the aspects that really influences uh, how one engages with each other in different backgrounds is super important. And then also being aware of their nonverbal cues such as eye contact, facial expressions, personal space, norms in Indian cultures. I feel like it helped me understand a lot of what they were meant to say and the way they express. So for me, showing showing that you have respect for the culture and that you have a very welcoming atmosphere. I feel like the my experience in everyday life would really help with showing more respect to different cultures. I felt like this is important to familiarize myself with the respect of other cultures. And I feel that if you're ever going to attend a birthday party from another culture, one thing that would be recommended is to learn as much about the culture as you could. And although like I decided to come as myself, it would really have been nice to dress the way that they dressed.